Warning, this game contains rather a lot of flashing colours. In fact, it's basically designed around them. So if you're susceptible to this sort of thing, we recommend you leave us on in the background because, you know, we could do with the views. Thank you.
Welcome to the Historical Mystery Tour.
The History Arcade.
History Arcade.
History, whatever it is.
Robotron 2084.
Now, this
I've never heard of this.
a game from 1982, which is interesting because I've got down 1983 in my thing, or have I? No, definitely 1982.
Sure it's not 1984?
Yes. It's definitely 1982.
Okay,
so Robotron 2084 is a very good game, but it's also extremely difficult.
And difficult to read.
Difficult to read. Yeah, well...
Dyslexia hadn't been invented in 1982.
One of the hallmarks, because this is developed by published by Williams Electronics, one of their hallmarks is to have a lot of flashing colours in their games.
Yes.
A lot of flashing colours. Now, I think it's indicative of how quickly arcade hardware was developing, because just last year we had Frogger, which had a lot of colours and had music, but it was pretty simple, really.
Yeah, but it was more advanced than Pac-Man.
It was indeed. And this is more advanced still. You can see there's a lot... I mean, they were just showing off how many colours they could do, basically.
Well, I say that. Was it more advanced than Pac-Man? Because Pac-Man had AI.
Pac-Man had AI. Very simple AI.
Frogger didn't have AI.
Unless
you count the crocodiles.
No, Frogger doesn't have AI.
No.
There's nothing really in there to be intelligent.
This is hurting my eyes.
Yes. Just wait till
look at his little legs. Meow.
So this is Robotron 2084. It is a twin-stick shooter. One of the earliest
of its kind. So I can use the controller?
No.
Oh.
Again, I don't think I've said it. You can try it if you want. We'll find out.
We'll find out
together.
Yes.
If it doesn't work, then we're going to have to double team it.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Fun!
Robotron 2084!
Something notable about this. Notice the very high resolution graphical elements we've got here. The title screen.
Yes.
Bigger. It says have fun there because I wrote that. Because you can add your own messages to this game for whatever reason.
Inspired by his never-ending quest for progress, in 2084, man perfects the Robotrons, a robot species so advanced that man is inferior to his own creation. Are ringing any bells?
Yeah.
1982? You are the last hope of mankind. Due to a genetic engineering error, you possess superhuman powers. Your mission is to stop the Robotrons and save the last human family.
So what this is, it's Blade Terminator of the Apes Dread.
Yeah.
Oh, cop.
With a soupçon of Robocop in there, yeah.
Yes. So let's insert some coins and get your controller. Let's see if it works. So
I'm surrounded.
No, it doesn't work. Okay. So I'm controlling. You're firing.
Which one's fire?
This. So each direction fires in a different direction. Just keep firing. The idea is to save the last human family and not shoot them. And you just pick them up. You run into them and pick them up.
Got it.
And I have to say, it's a pretty big family because already we've had 2 dads and 2 mums.
Well, it's 2084.
Yeah. It's
the way things are going.
Society.
Oh, they're big.
You can hold it down. Yeah, this is the tactic I tend to do, just run up and down one side of the screen, firing in one direction. But yeah, I think more than anything, shoot that thing quick. There we go. More than anything, this game was a display of Williams' arcade hardware. I'm not really paying attention to where I'm going here, because it is very much a graphics powerhouse for 1982. Oh my God, where am I going? Ah! You see, the problem here is that it's hard to coordinate when you're not controlling both things. So maybe after this, where you sort of take turns. But you can see there's a variety of Robotrons.
Yes, they come in different types.
Yeah. Another hallmark of Williams arcade games is that they tend to get extremely difficult very, very quickly.
What's Williams arcade games?
Williams...
just a game producing...
Yeah, so Williams was a producer of video games.
One letter is all you get. Oh, okay.
No, I don't care. Do you want to have a go on your own?
Yep.
Can you reach? So WASD to move and arrows to fire. This was much like it was in the original because you had 2 sticks.
Yep.
I'll give you some money.
Thank you.
And 1 stick was on the right, 1 stick was on the left. And it was very novel back in the day. Because in the 80s they were trying a lot of different things. So you had games with 2 sticks, you had games with 1 stick and a load of buttons,
Oops.
which was traditional. Sometimes you had games with just a stick, or sometimes you had a game with just buttons. Sometimes you had a trackball.
I must add, just say it's very difficult, more than the other 2, to concentrate on what you're saying and play this game, because it's very. You need to focus because there's that much going on the screen.
Intense.
There's so many colours and so many different things. I am finding it quite difficult to play.
Yeah, it is a very intense game, but it was very, very popular.
I can imagine it being quite fun if you're not trying to
make a video out of
yes.
it. Yeah, I can get behind that line of thinking. They don't seem to have much sense of self-preservation, these people, I have to say. I mean, he's just walking around with a suitcase, you know, they could be getting... Why are they not somewhere safe? That is my question.
I like the effects of the things moving around.
Yeah. Well, the explosion effects are fantastic. And,
yes.
It is really just a case of duplicating graphics more than anything. My God, did you see her figure, by the way?
Yeah.
The woman. But as you can see, the difficulty just ramps up.
Yes. Well, maybe not. It just adds more things.
Yeah, but in doing so, but in the previous level, we've got these floating things, which are a pain. We've got a lot more, like these things that fire these homing shots at you, you get more of them. So it just keeps throwing stuff at you constantly. And one of William's other games, Defender.
What a classic.
Also guilty of this. Here's the level with just women. Ladies. It's yeah, and you've got these brain guys that I think they take over the humans.
The teleporting effects are amazing.
Oh yeah, and that effect's pretty cool as well. But
yeah.
I've got to. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a Shaun of the Dead situation. I've got to shoot the woman because she's been taken over. But yeah, this is kind of where I drop off the game because there's just so much going on.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but you don't want to play it.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel sick.
Yeah. It is very, very intense.
Yeah.
So, do you want another go or shall we move on?
Let's move on because I'm getting a headache just looking at this.
I am. Whoa!
Wow, lightning.
So this is the Atari 8-bit version. It is. Wow, it's not as accurate as the other games were. So, and that's not much fun to look at either.
I can only fire in the direction I'm walking.
Yeah, so you can kind of see the issue there already.
That still makes me feel sick.
The effects are still quite impressive. They've still got the sort of warping effects in, haven't they?
Yeah.
The amount of colours is massively reduced. The death effect is not much fun at all. You know, the game still looks quite competent. It just looks a bit more sluggish. And this is kind of indicative of how far the arcade hardware had come versus computer.
It is
home
nowhere
computer
near as smooth, and I struggled in the last one because there was so much going on. Whereas in this one, there's not as much going on, but I can't shoot them because I'm moving. When I'm firing, I'm moving towards them.
Yeah, I can see why that would be a problem. If you look up to your left on top of my pile of boxes, you'll see one of the controllers that would have been on Vogue at the
Warrior
time.
5.
Something like that would have been what they were using on this system if they were using a joystick.
Okay.
It may be possible to have the traditional gameplay with the keyboard, but I'm not sure.
Right.
But anyway, this version is really difficult to play. Despite the fact that it's much slower and much less intense.
Well, they're quite intense.
A good point is made that you are constantly walking towards the enemies when you're trying to shoot them, which and it's also very difficult to aim because you can't strafe and fire. So,
yeah, you don't always know where you're going.
because of that one little control being missing, the fundamental aspects of the game have changed to the extent that it is almost completely unplayable.
The death animations though are still quite good.
Yes, the animations are surprisingly effective.
And you can tell who the different characters are.
Yeah. So graphically, it's fine. Graphically, it does the job.
Does the job. It's not as nowhere near as graphically sound as.
Significant lack of colours there, but that's just to do with the hardware. So that's the 8-bit version. I don't think it'll be winning any awards this time, but we've got the other 2 versions to go yet. So
okay, let's crack on.
Let's move on.
Robotron 2084.
So this is going to be the ZX Spectrum version of the game. Okay.
Yeah, that's not much better.
Actually...
Oh, this is ZX Spectrum, so this is quite advanced then.
No.
Oh, okay.
8-bit was a lot more powerful than the Spectrum.
Right.
But you wouldn't know it by looking at this.
No.
Because this looks much more accurate to the arcade already.
Yes. No music, though.
No music. Well, that makes sense, because the Spectrum was not great at audio. So, let's have a look at our controls. We've got QAOP.
Ah, Clive.
So I'll start this one, if that's okay.
What?
It didn't tell me how to fire, but I guess I'll just press start. Oh my god. Oh, okay! Right.
That's fast.
That is very fast. I don't think it's supposed to be that fast.
Whoa.
Why is it so fast? This is supposed to be an accurate emulator.
So graphically, it looks good.
Graphically, it's quite impressive for the Spectrum.
Not as many colours.
It is very hard to control with QAOP.
I am not trying to do this. So I'm noticing on there, where the circles overlap on the arcade version, it would cut a bit of the circle out. Here it just overlaps a square.
Yes,
you can
that's
see the corner.
because the Spectrum could only have one block of colour for every sort of block.
Ah,
on the
I
screen,
see.
Which is a lot more prominent in other games. In this one, it's not so bad.
But you can't really tell because it's all mad colours anyway.
Yeah. The ZX Spectrum version of Robotron is not very good. I don't like it. Because I've tried it in multiple emulators now. Because I thought this is going too fast, but it's not. This is apparently how it is, and it is dreadful.
Is it how it was?
Eh? This is how it was.
This is how it was.
Now, graphics-wise, very competent, I have to say. It's
no, not as competent, I don't think.
Yeah, but considering the Spectrum's graphical capabilities, it is surprisingly good.
Okay.
It's quite close to. I mean, it's probably it is the best it could do, given the circumstances. But the problem is, it's just too damn fast, and this is running on a 48K Spectrum.
We're finding that with a lot of these games. Everything we played, the arcade one is
perfect,
more or less perfectly balanced, whereas the rest are too fast.
Well, if you think of it this way, the arcade version was the original design. So they'll have put a lot of thought into the balance, the speed, the graphics,
yes,
how everything plays out. And then you hand it off to these people, and they just slap together something that played a bit like the arcade game.
So
and it was very hit and miss.
Would the designers have sold the rights?
Yes.
So
no, the publishers.
Right, okay.
Publishers, so Williams in this case, they would have doled the rights out to Robotron. Do you want to have a go while I'm talking? No. Okay, fine.
I want to move on.
They would have doled out the rights to Robotron to software houses like Ocean. I'm not sure who made this one, to be honest, but you had Ocean Software and you had US Gold and stuff like that.
Danny or Debbie.
And they were the ones producing these games. And they... I mean, that just happened. You see, the problem here is that you're firing constantly, which is a slight improvement over having to fire yourself.
That noise is horrid.
It still means that you're walking towards the enemies while shooting them, which is
but it's a bit. You don't have to be, which is a bit better. The other ones you had to be physically walking towards them in order to fire at them.
Yeah, I suppose.
This time you just have to turn, so you're kind of facing them.
Well, yeah.
That one was a bit slower.
Probably because there were so many enemies on screen.
Oh yeah, it'll be overloading the.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, let's.
On to what I think is the final version. Yes, for we must, since we've had a PC booter version in every episode so far.
Okay.
We've got to have a PC booter version. It's going to be awful.
I hope all that was recording.
It was. It was. Okay, everybody, this is IPL presents Robotron. I don't know if this is too slow, maybe.
Looks very slow.
It looks very slow. Why does it keep resetting?
That looks
whenever I
better.
press anything?
No, maybe not.
I don't know.
Well,
I think we might have to just suffer with this because it's hard. It's very hard to tell with these old games where the sweet
text looks good.
The text looks good. Illinois Pirates League. Now that's an interesting one. So
Illinois.
Illinois. It's French. Look at it. Here we go. Cybermen 20. This is
Cybermen.
This is starting well.
You can't steal our Cybermen. How dare you?
No, but it was called Robotron before, and now it's called Cybermen. Cybermen. Now it's got a hyphen.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a wild ride. Text, I mean, so far so good, I have to say. Graphics and text-wise, it's been okay.
What?
Yes. Oh my word. Is this real? Save your companion. Which doctor are we?
1985, who would that have been?
Colin Baker.
There you go.
Although I don't think it was on in 1985. Allies of the... They've not got the handlebars. How dare they?
I wonder why that is.
Where are the Daleks?
Probably because they've made this Robotron and then probably got told off by Williams and then made it into Cybermen instead.
Well, the BBC just weren't bothered.
Apparently not. The head Cyberman. Let's just start this game. How do I start this game?
Where are the Daleks?
How do I start this game?
Do you think... Do we want to start this game?
Ah! Which?
Which?
Ah, okay. Weirdly, it's... Oh, what's... Okay, what's the controls now, then? It's W... It's W, A, and D. Oh! It's waxed. That begs the question, how do I fire? Press keys until it fires, please. Oh, whatever he did, it fired. He fired his sonic screwdriver.
Laser screwdriver. Who'd have sonic?
Ah. Whatever it is, keep doing it.
He's just firing.
Well, I feel like it's probably supposed to be a little bit faster. There we go, that's a bit more like it. Now, he's firing in a direction. We're not sure what the controls are.
Ah,
this doesn't seem like the sort of game that would have instructions. Oh, boy.
Wait.
I'm actually quite impressed by this because it is pretty accurate.
Right,
what's
so...
the audio like?
There isn't any.
Oh.
Well, there's not much.
Is it PC speaker again? Is it just beeps?
No, it's actually not even there.
Oh. So what's the firing then?
It seems to be this square
here. Is it
here.
IJKL?
Yeah. No, it's I.
Oh.
It's everything around L.
I think I was at the edge of the screen there, but I couldn't tell because it's all black. I think the best bit about this is that it's actually the Doctor.
Yeah. That's actually also the worst thing about it.
Yes. Also, he moves faster when he's moving diagonally, which is great. Fire! Okay, well that's it. That was the game.
Well, that was crap.
I don't know. That was pretty accurate to the arcade.
It was accurate.
It has to be said.
But it was crap.
It was just a bit dodgy to control, but I think that was going places.
I think that should be an episode.
What, where the Doctor can fire lasers out of his chest?
Her chest.
Her chest.
Yeah. Well, maybe her eyes or something. I don't know.
Well, no, because she's got the rainbow on her shirt, so it can come out.
Yeah,
of the rainbow.
I suppose.
No.
Could come out of her little bomb bag.
Yeah. No, but she doesn't like guns, so it's essentially a gun.
No, I didn't like that, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Well, I'm impressed because this is 1985 DOS, and it's pretty accurate to the arcade.
It's accurate and the controls work, but
The controls work.
it's not as engaging as the first one. None of these have matched the
Well, no, of course not.
the first one in terms of I want to play this.
Mm-hmm. But you had to kind of expect that back in the 80s. So, wow, look at his face. I didn't realise.
Davros. There's Davros.
It actually is Davros. Sinister Progs? What's a prog?
The Progs were...
Is that a Doctor Who thing?
Yeah, they were subservient things. Quarks are not.
Isn't the Zygon a...
The Zygons were in Doctor Who. The Quarks, I don't think they were in Doctor Who. But the Cybermats were.
Mm-hmm. So they clearly know a bit about Doctor Who then, don't they?
Yes. They've just applied it very loosely to...
Yeah.
Look,
So
there's the shooting controls. IOP,
that's
K,
weird, isn't it?
colon.
But I guess keyboard, you kind of had to...
Yeah, improvise.
Yeah.
At least you can shoot in all directions, and you
Yeah.
don't have to be walking towards someone to shoot them.
Unless you had a joystick.
Unless you had a joystick.
Unless you had one of them boys.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that just about covers Robotron 2084. Which
Yep.
is your favourite version of that?
Barring the arcade version.
Yes, buying the arcade version, because that's going to win every time otherwise. So we had the Spectrum version, which was way too fast. We had this version, which is a bit dodge. And we had the 8-bit version, which you had to walk towards everything in order to shoot them.
I'm going to say this one, because at least you can control it a bit better.
Yeah, it's
And-
been the most accurate.
It's Doctor Who, and I'm always up for Doctor Who.
I don't know if you noticed, but them guys there were spinning around while they were walking. I think they were a bit...
Did they have really long fingernails?
Okay, well that's Robotron.
Yep.
Thank
Not impressive.
you all for watching and joining us on this.
If you have made it through this episode, you are definitely fans.
Yes. So until next week, it's good night
Which-
from me.
Promises to be a stellar episode,
A stellar episode.
by all accounts.
Some would say it's...
The pinnacle of the series.
We'll
I
see.
think this is the pinnacle of the series.
This is, no, this is the pinnacle of the series.
Yeah. So, it's good night from him.
Yes. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.